I'm waiting. I'm here. I'm waiting for you guys. You know what time it is. 8 o'clock Wednesday night. Here I am. It's almost Easter. Put on your Easter bonnet with all the frills upon it. I don't know the rest of the words. It has something to do with the Easter parade. So, hey Teresa, hey Sherry, hey Cindy. This is not my Easter bonnet. This is Tabitha Waite's Regency bonnet, which she asked me to make. It is a stovepipe Regency bonnet that gave me fits yesterday. But she asked me to make it to go with the dress I made her last year out of the same fabric. I had a couple yards left over, so there was enough to do a hat. So I started it the night before last and I finished it yesterday. And it's quite cute. I'm pretty happy with it, but I had a lot of trouble making it. I made it from scratch. This is a scratch-made hat, made with buckram and wire and all the fun stuff. So here's a little closer view. It's a cute little hat. So I did the pleated brim on the inside, which I think is really cute and pretty, and lined it. And that is my latest hat. And I have a bunch of other stuff I've been working on. So hey Stephanie, you'll be the grandest lady in the Easter parade. Thank you, Teresa. I knew there was an Easter parade in there somewhere. Sandra, hey Sandra. And hey Jana McGregor. I have messaged you several times in the last week and I have not heard from you. I sent you an email and a message because I had you on my list to do a dress and I wanted to find out if you still want the dress, and if so, I need to know if there's any changes in your measurements or if I should just go ahead. So I hope you're listening to me because I have not heard from you. So please message me so I know what to do, because I was going to start it this week and I didn't because I didn't hear from you. Hey Kelly, great to see you. And hey Meredith. Okay, so here's a little update. I've been really busy. Hey Gina, nice to see you. Hey Gina, I thought of you today because I've been doing a lot of hand sewing and I always get really tangled thread, and I have been too lazy. I know there's thread conditioner and beeswax and all this stuff that you can use to treat the thread when you're hand sewing. It gets tangled in knots. It's a disaster. And okay, I keep meaning to get it, and I was going through one of my old conference bags a couple weeks ago, and I forget if it was RWA or HRR or what, but I found a little thing of beeswax from Gina Dana. So I used it today, and it was great. I've never used it before. I know how to do it, but it's kind of a pain to use the iron and everything. So I might just get some thread conditioner, but I did use it. Thank you, Gina. It did come in very handy, so I finally got around to it. Oh, candle wax. Hey Teresa, that's a good idea. How do you apply it to the thread? Do you just like wrap it around the candle, or I didn't really know how to do it. So I just the wax was really hard, the one I had, so I had some paper over it and I kind of melted a little bit with the iron and then ran the thread through it, but I don't know the proper way. I might need to just get some thread conditioner and just be lazy. So I might get that tomorrow when I go to Joann's. I'm going to Joann's tomorrow because I have a 60% off coupon, and McCall's patterns are on sale for $1.99 tomorrow, and they have a new Edwardian pattern designed by Angela Clayton that I kind of like. I'm going to do my own thing with it. I already have some ideas of doing things a little differently, but it was a very pretty pattern, so I'm going to pick that up tomorrow. I hope they have it. So $1.99 McCall's patterns. Just put the thread on the candle and pull it. Okay, thanks. So yeah, I've been too lazy to do it, but I'm so tired of my thread getting tangled, so I'm gonna start using it, which I should have done a long time ago, but I'm kind of lazy sometimes. I look for shortcuts and I shouldn't. So, okay, what I've been up to. Again, I haven't been writing all last week. The week before, I was writing every day, editing and working, and last week I totally lost it with my projects because I was doing the Marie Antoinette dress that went out on Monday and it's supposed to arrive today. And then I got some new patterns that I wanted to try out. And I need to make things. If I don't make them, people don't know I can make them. So, it's kind of a catch-22. It's hard to sell stuff if, people have to see it. So that's why I'm experimenting, and I have to learn. There's a lot of stuff I want to learn how to do, and the only way to learn is just to do it. So I got some turn of the century patterns. As you guys know, I mean, you heard me go on, and it's behind me, and I'm going to talk some more about that cocoon coat. But I really wanted to do some different eras, but multiple pieces, coats, pants, jackets, evening, day wear. I want to do the whole thing. I want to learn how to do everything. That's my goal this year. That's why I'm working so hard, because I want to learn how to do all this stuff. I'm very, very comfortable with the 18th century. I feel I can do anything. I feel like I can do just about anything Georgian now. Really, I really do. I mean, I can look at a picture and pretty much make it. Or same thing for Regency, pretty much. Other eras, not so much. I want to learn. I went to, I found a couple of pattern sellers on Etsy that sell authentic reproduction patterns. There's one called Ada Rose, which I don't have hers yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to be real happy. We'll see, because the communication wasn't real good with her. But there's another one called Lady Marlowe. She does, now these are vintage. These are from Victorian, let me see. No, Ada Rose does Victorian and Edwardian only, I think. Unless it went into the 20s. Anyway, the early century. And then Lady Marlowe does 1920s through 1960s. So I ordered some from her, and then there was one other, the Vintage Pattern Repository or something like that. She's got pretty much everything from Victorian on. I got one from her. And then the cocoon coat came from Folkwear, which has some pretty good patterns. I think a lot of people in the theater use them. Is that true, Teresa? Am I correct? I wanted to give a try and start working my way through the later periods. I did a couple Titanic era dresses last year for the Biltmore, and I had wanted to do so much more. I took many, many photographs of the Titanic movie exhibition, and then this year when hubby and I went back over for that masquerade, they had the Gilded Age masquerade and the Gilded Age exhibit, and again I took lots and lots of photographs of the dresses, but I really haven't done much in those eras, so I wanted to do that. So in my research, here's a story about the cocoon coat again. There was a designer, very, very famous in his time. I don't know how many people have heard of him today. His name was Paul Poiret. And Paul Poiret is given credit for taking women out of corsets. He was a designer, very popular from about, I think, 1912 to 1918. He had about a 5-year span where he was all the rage. And he's the one who invented the hobble skirt. So what he did is he claims to have uncorseted women, and he freed the breasts and shackled the legs. That was his style. So really big, voluminous, really cool, very cool fashions. Very voluminous at top and then tapering down, streamlined to the bottom. There's a lot of Art Deco posters you'll see with his kind of fashions. And then he went out of fashion, and Coco Chanel was next to come. And there's a story of the story of Coco Chanel, how she came up with the big 20s, the really straight dress with the dropped waist. I read that she had spent a weekend with it said her lover, so I guess she wasn't married, but she put on his oversized sweater and put a belt around her hips. And all of a sudden she liked the look, and that's a look she adopted, and it became all the rage. And so that's how that dropped waist look came into fashion, and it was in fashion for all through the 20s. So it's not my favorite. I'm not really big on the 20s fashions too much. I love the evening gowns, though. I'm more late 20s, early 30s. I really like the early 30s, the old Hollywood, the Greta Garbo, and who else? All those famous, golden age of Hollywood. I love those looks. And the 40s aren't as exciting. There's a story about the 40s fashions. There was rationing of just about everything was rationed. So when it came to clothing, that's my dog making noise. He's stretching out on the carpet. So in the 40s, the clothes are very utilitarian, because there was fabric was rationed. So people had to make clothes with very minimal, fabric. So that's the story behind the 1940s. And then the 50s, after the war was over, that's when Dior came into play, and the dresses got really big and beautiful again. So there's a little fashion history for you. So I've been learning this stuff, and I've been wanting to make it. So let me see. Oh, Teresa, you use Past Patterns. I buy a lot from them. So hey Jennifer, hey Brenda. All right, so that was a little about my coat. I'm going to put this hat down, and then behind me I have displayed a bunch of stuff. So what I decided to do, I made the coat, and then I didn't really know what to do with the coat. I had the fabric that I thought was perfect. It was a really, really dark, it looks black, but it's actually a really, really dark green. It's a black with a hint of green in it. Crushed velvet that I just thought would be awesome for the coat. So I did the coat in crushed velvet, and I lined it with old gold satin. And then once I made it, I didn't really know what to do with it, what to wear with it. And I was going through my closet, and I have some stuff that I made a long time ago that was kind of crammed to the back of my closet. And you saw my closet reorganization last week. So that was awesome. I took you guys into my closet. Anyway, I found an outfit. It's something that I had made that I wasn't real happy with. It didn't fit real well. It was a little big, and I was experimenting, and this was early on, but I pulled it out. It's gold faux sequins. And I thought, oh my gosh, this would look awesome with that coat. So I have it on the mannequin behind me that I'm going to show you. The other thing I pulled out of my closet about 1.5 years ago is the same fabric, these faux sequins. I found a deal on them, so I got them, and I just wanted to play because I've never done anything with sequins yet. But I figured the faux sequins was better to start with, because sequin fabric is kind of expensive and it kind of tears up the machine too. So I thought I'd play with the faux sequins first. So there was another dress in my closet that I had started to make for a friend of mine. I actually was making it for Catherine Levesque. It was something I was designing myself, and I was all excited about it. And I get halfway through the dress, and I'm like, oh no, this just looks terrible. This is just not good. So I just told her that she couldn't have the dress because it wasn't good enough. And I just shoved it to the back of the closet, and I thought, oh, maybe I'll take it apart and start over. And I just haven't done anything with it. Well, I had more of that fabric, so I made the silver faux sequin cocoon coat. It's really an evening wrap, is full length. And it's the same fabric, so I pulled that dress out, and I put them together, and I went, wow, look at that. That looks fabulous. So even though the dress has some flaws, I am going to try to fix it somewhat. But with the coat over it, it looks fabulous. So nobody will ever see the flaws. So I told Catherine I was going to fix it up and send it to her. So it's my present. All right, and then I have another dress that I'm working on. It's a gold dress that I've already worn it once, and it's gold lame, and I'm in a blingy kind of mood. So I decided to remake this gold lame dress I made a year ago that I was never happy with the bodice. And again, I found just a little bit of leftover material, only maybe 3/4 of a yard, but it's enough to do a new bodice. So I'm working on that too. I'm making it into a 1950s, who did I just mention? Dior, with the wasp waist and the big skirt. Well, this is a Dior-ish or a Dior era that I'm making. I'm using a vintage Vogue pattern. So I told you all this stuff, and it's all sitting right here behind me, so I'm gonna show it to you. And I should say hello, Lori, hey, Brenda, Angela. Okay, so I'm gonna step out of the way. All right, so here we go. What are we gonna start with? We are going to start with, I put this belt on, and I'm not happy with this belt. I'm gonna take it off. So, the cocoon coat. Can you guys see it? I'm gonna pull back a little bit and maybe, I think I'll lower my camera too. And angle a little bit different. I don't know if I can angle this. Can I angle it down? I don't know if I can. I guess it won't let me angle it down. I thought it did before. Well, there we go. All right, so hopefully that gives you a better view. So I'm bringing the camera closer. Okay, so here we go. We'll start with, so here again is the cocoon coat, and I got this fabulous hat, but I was gonna wear this one tonight, and then I decided not to because I don't have my hair yet. I went ahead and ordered both a 1920s and a 1930s wig. I got a black short bob, which I thought it'd be fun to do black. Like the Fryn Fisher, is that her name in Miss Fisher's Mysteries? Love her looks, love her fashion. So I got a Miss Fisher wig, and then I also got the blonde bombshell finger wave, like a platinum blonde finger wave short. So I got that too. They were supposed to be coming tomorrow, so when I get those, I'm gonna put them on for you and model something. So I'm probably gonna put this outfit on next week when I have the black wig. So here is the faux sequins. This was the outfit that I was not happy with, but I played around with it a little bit. I decided to give it, this is actually a skirt and a long halter top. I tucked the top in, and then I pulled it out and bloused it a little bit to give it that 20s dropped waist look, and I think it really works. I could belt it also if I wanted to. I had a belt on it that I didn't like. I could put a brooch here. But this is a very glamorous, I think it's a great 1920s look. And it's fabulous with the cocoon coat. It is just fabulous together. I really, really, really like this look. So I think it would look great with that black wig I was telling you about. So hopefully I'll have it and we'll model it the whole outfit next week on Wednesday. Okay, I'm gonna move this one out of the way. Item number 2. Okay. This one's kind of heavy. Oh, and I did make the little reticule to match the coat. So that's cool. Item number 2, and I will actually show you. So this is the dress, and don't be too hard on me. This is the dress that I was just really, really unhappy with. It's not, I don't have any boobs in this mannequin, so it's kind of hanging. I wasn't happy with it. It just wasn't up to par, so I told her she couldn't have it. But I think I can fix it. It's just really simple. It just has some darts, and you know, I liked the material. But when I put it with the coat, it just, I think, again, it really looks fabulous. So the two together, what do y'all think? I love it. I really, really love it. So I'm happy with it now, and Catherine really liked it. So I'm gonna just work on the darts. They're just kind of sloppy and they're not really even, and I can make it better. So I haven't touched it since like a year and a half ago. So, but the coat really makes it. It looks beautiful here. The back view. Can you guys see it okay? I hope you can. All right, so that's outfit number 2 that I'm really actually happy with now. I'm quite tickled with it. So that's number 2. Number 3. Oops, I'm gonna move some stuff out of the way again. You know, it'd probably be easier for me to move the camera than to move the dress. Now this, I just have the bodice pieces. I don't even have all the pieces, but I just have the bodice, the start of the bodice pinned onto this. So are your eyes hurting from all this bling? So this is a gold lame ball gown that I wore it. I wore a different version of it. It was a different top. I wore it for the Roni Awards, I think in 2016. I wore this dress. I think it was 2016. I'm using a Vogue halter dress pattern. So the shape of it isn't quite right, but I was just pinning it for fitting purposes and to see how it was going to look. I might shorten this. Here we go. It's floor length now. I might shorten it to T-length, but I really wanted to do something really glamorous from the 50s, which I hadn't gotten to. I've done several vintage 50s outfits, but I hadn't done anything formal yet. So I didn't really have time to mess around too much, but I had the gold skirt already. I had some leftover fabric, so I thought, you know what? I can whip this together in just a few hours. So I only started the top, just after dinner, I think. I only started a couple hours ago, and if I work on it tonight, I'll have it done tonight. So it'll be a finished dress. So that's what I'm doing. And then commission-wise, let's see, I did the hat. Last week I did 2 dresses I told you about. I did the blue Marie Antoinette dress. I did a dress for Lauren Smith in golden rust that was a little too big. She sent it back to me and I fixed it today. I took it apart and resized it and put it back together today, so that's ready to go back. And I'm doing another dress for her now. I'm doing another monkey dress. I said all my dresses are one of a kind, but she really, really wanted the monkey dress, so I'm going to make her one that's quite similar to mine. So that's what I have going on this week. And then if I've got to then look through my commissions, I have a Regency outfit to do for author Carolyn Warfield. She wants a white Regency dress with an overgown and a turban. I haven't done a Regency turban yet, so I'm going to be doing one of those for her. And I have some other commissions, but I don't know if anybody wants anything quite yet. And then Jana McGregor, I was supposed to do a dress for her, but I haven't heard from her. So Jana, I hope you are messaging me. So that is what I have been up to. So I'm just going to look at your comments now. Here, let me grab my phone back again. So you guys do like the gold and the silver. Which do you like better, the gold outfit or the silver outfit? So, hi Angela, hi Lori, and Brenda, and Amy, and Cheryl, and Eileen. I haven't seen you in ages. Hi Eileen. Oh, Teresa, you said you like the draping on the coat. Yeah, I know you said you weren't crazy about the black coat, but I don't like it on me, but maybe I'll like it when I have the wig and the whole thing. I love the coat. It's just there's certain things that I like that I just can't wear because I have a very small frame and anything big just swallows me up. And my husband hated it. I put on, he says, that thing's hideous. I like it, but it's, you know, I look better in smaller things. So let's see. Coat looks beautiful. Number 2, the silver one, Brenda. I'm having a lot of fun with this. Susie, hey Susie. Yeah, the silver one. Yeah, it looks pretty good. It really does. Silver's not a great color on me, but it's going to look fabulous on Catherine. She looks good in silver. She looks good in those blue tones. So anyway, that's been my week. Tomorrow I'm hoping to ride my horse and maybe work on my book again, but I'm involved in so many things. I probably won't get back to the book until Monday. But Monday, gonna start again. Monday. Angela, you like the gold and the silver? Thanks. So it's been fun. I have a lot of other things I want to do. This is the blingy and evening look. I have some daytime things I want to do. I haven't done a white dress yet. I want to do a turn of the century white dress. The white cotton, the really pretty white lawn dresses they wore. So I'm thinking about it. I have some fabric and I have some patterns, and I just have to have more time. I have the stuff, I just don't have the time. I need to give up sleep. Yeah, I try to give up sleep, but I haven't been able to give up sleep. So what's everybody doing this weekend? Any big plans for Easter? Hope you're having family gatherings, and we're not doing anything real special. Because, I don't have family that comes to my house. We all just live at home. So we see each other every day. My immediate family, my extended family, we don't really get together on holidays. So, but it's always good to spend time with families. Oh, you have shows, Teresa? Yeah, it's hard. It used to be, the religious holidays used to be much more observed than they are anymore. Easter and Christmas and in particular, and now, they just seem to be kind of going away. I mean, everything used to be closed on Easter and Christmas, but not so much anymore. Jennifer, you showed your niece my site. Oh yeah, and she likes Ren fairs. They're a lot of fun. There's one in Georgia. It runs from, I think it starts in April, and I think it runs through June. We went a few years ago. I think we only went once, but it was a lot of fun. Oh, I didn't tell you guys. There's something that I investigated today. You're going to laugh at me. Well, maybe you won't. I have been wanting for ages to learn historical dancing, English country dancing in particular. And I think I've told you guys before, I'm just a terrible dancer. But, maybe I can learn the patterns and the steps, and I don't know. But I really, really would like to do it. And especially since they have, the groups that do this, they have balls and stuff, and people do dress in historical garb, and they do the dances and everything. So I found a group in my area. They're in Greenville, South Carolina. It's I forgot the name of the group. Is it the South Carolina Country Dancer? I forget. But they're English country dancing, and they meet twice a month, I think. And their next meeting, I just missed their last meeting, was I think just last weekend. And the next one's in the middle of May, so I am planning to go, and I want to try to learn English country dancing. So it's fun because it's the dances like you see in Pride and Prejudice, where they don't really do couples dances. I mean, you can be paired in couples, but it's group dancing. It's not waltzing. It's group dances where you switch partners and you go up and down and spin around. It's kind of like square dancing. That's what we did in our country, but it was the English version of square dancing. So anyway, that's what I want to do. So I'm going to check it out next month. So, Teresa, you said I dropped out. I was talking about English country dancing. Tomorrow, Sherry, no sewing. Oh, yes. I didn't tell you guys. You said you're expecting thunderstorms, Sherry. We had a tornado warning in my area. Which night was it? Sunday night, I think. I mean, we had alarms going off, take shelter, tornado spotted. And anyway, my husband was like, yeah, I'll wait till I can see it. And I'm like, no, everybody go downstairs. And then I was looking in my house for a room without windows, so I could only find a walk-in closet and a bathroom. But I was ready. I at least got everybody downstairs. And then, and I was monitoring very closely. But every time the alarm went off that said take shelter, I was trying to get my family to go into the bathroom, and nobody would go. So anyway. Okay, I am going to sign off now. I guess I've been yakking long enough. Thank you for spending time with me. And I will be back next Wednesday, and I will be in full regalia next Wednesday. I promise. I'm gonna do a Frin Fisher get up. That would be fun. That'll be fun. I like to do fun. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend and a happy Easter.